Hey folks, Bobby Casey here, and thanks for joining me today on our channel, Business Anywhere. And if you don't mind, if you could please, before you finish this video, like our page, follow our page, and share it with your friends if you don't mind. Thank you. Today we're going to be discussing real estate. Should I put my real estate investments into one or more LLCs? And so the short answer to this is yes. Yes, you should. But there are some caveats to that, and which state you should use, and the right way to go about doing it, and that sort of thing. So let's talk about this briefly over the next couple of minutes. Should I put my real estate investments into one or more LLCs? First of all, why would you do it? Why would you want your real estate investments to be held in an LLC? First and foremost is asset protection. If you have an incident at your property, a slip and fall or some crazy thing, you've got a tenant that decides to build a meth lab in your rental house's kitchen or something like that, then you want to be protected, personally protected from the activity that arises from the asset or the business. So, you've got that crazy incident, somebody gets hurt, somebody gets killed on your property. You want to control that environment. You want to limit your liability to the property itself. So in that case, if somebody has some crazy incident, they're going to sue the owner of the property. The owner of the property is an LLC. They sue the owner of the property. The only thing available to that future potential creditor are the assets of that owner or that LLC. So that's the first and foremost thing. You really need to protect your other assets from the activity that's associated with this particular property. First and foremost. Second, privacy. You don't want the whole world knowing what your financial situation looks like. And so it's really easy to do a record search and find out who or what properties you own. If your name is John Smith, I can do a record search really easily, and in a matter of an hour or two, I can find out every property you own in a given area. Even if I go deep enough, I can find this information nationally through property record searches. And so if you don't want the whole world knowing everything you own, you want that veil of privacy. You don't want these things in your own name. So that's the second thing. How do we go about doing it? Well, I tell people, if you have a bunch of really low value rental houses, in a low cost of living area, some, small town in Kansas or something like that, and let's say you got 10 rental houses that are all worth $40,000 or $50,000 a piece. Yeah, you don't, from a cost standpoint and from a hassle standpoint, you probably don't want to put, you don't want to put 10, you don't want to build or create 10 LLCs to own 10 rental houses. That's just, that's probably a bit overkill, and you already are going to have property insurance on each one, so you've got some protection there. But I wouldn't do one LLC to own 10 properties. I would do 2 or 3 or maybe 4 LLCs there, and to kind of separate your risk. Because what happens if you own everything under one umbrella, let's say you do own all 10 of these properties under one LLC, you're aggregating the risk across all 10 properties. So if you have an incident on one property and you have somebody sue you for some injury or wrongful death, and someone sues you in that one property, you have exposed all 10 of your properties to, this future potential creditor. So you don't want to aggregate that risk across all 10 of your properties. But, for cost reasons, you probably don't want 10 LLCs either. But if you've got some high value properties, let's say an apartment building, a fourplex, a $500,000 vacation property, or something like that, I would absolutely use one LLC per one property. And then there is one other thing, we'll discuss this in another video, but I'll give you kind of a little foreshadowing to it, is if you have mortgages on your property, you may not want to hold them in an LLC. So there is another option there we could discuss in a future episode. So anyway, thanks for joining me today. I hope this information was helpful. And like I said, please like the page, follow us, and share this with your friends. Thanks. Take care. Have a great day.